Waiting for it. Yes, and welcome to race number 28 of 29 here in the 1991 Throwbacks, where we have Rusty Wallace already locking up the points 2 races early. Only the second person in Throwbacks history to do such a thing, other than Tim Richmond, that did it back in 1987. So we don't really have too many points implications to be looking at anymore. We're basically running these last 2 races as exhibitions, but they could definitely have implications going forward. It's all about setting momentum for next year, putting that momentum in the right direction. So let's go ahead, go to this 1 mile oval here in the desert, figure out what's going to happen. Go ahead, take a look at qualifying. And in qualifying, we've got, unsurprisingly, Tim Richmond is going to come out on top here on the pole for the race. He's going to be changing his car, but we'll be talking more about that soon. Let's go ahead and get you your starting lineup for today's race, or at least a top 10 of it. We've got Tim Richmond. He is in the lead. We've got Rusty Wallace, he'll roll off second, 1991 champion. We've got Ricky Rudd in third, Ken Schrader in fourth, Bill Elliott in fifth, Alan Kwiecki sixth, Jeff Bodine seventh, and Phil Parsons eighth. We've got Davey Ellis in ninth, and Dale Earnhardt will round out the top 10 here. Just to talk about the top 10, honest to goodness, really no significant changes is going to be happening here to the top 10, with the exception of one driver in here. We'll get to that after the command. The command has been given, and now let's go ahead and talk about Bill Elliott. Where is he going? Well, he's going to be going to that number 11 car. He's going to Junior Johnson. That begs the question, well, where's Jeff Bodine going? A lot of speculation that he was going to be going over to Bud Moore and drive the number 15 car, but no. It looks like Harry Mellings actually snatched him up, and Jeff Bodine's actually going to be driving the 9 car in 1992. That's going to be interesting to see, to say the least, as the cars come across the line here, and the green flag is out, and we are underway here at Phoenix. A very bullish 1 mile oval, to say the least. And we're going to see all the cars here roll off of turn number 2. You can kind of see how that wall kind of protrudes out there coming off of turn 2. The track definitely narrows there. Looks like Tim Richmond's going to have no issues having the lead here. Rusty Wallace second. Ricky Rudd third. Ricky Rudd trying to battle for third here with Ken Schrader on the outside. Schrader actually got a huge run on the outside of turn number 4. Trying to outrun Ricky Rudd here into turn 1. It's not going to happen. Rudd's going to get a huge advantage. Rudd will move into third. Now, Ricky Rudd, although he's not going to be changing teams or sponsorship, Buick is going to be leaving NASCAR. They're out. So come 1992, we're not going to see any Buicks. And Ricky Rudd's Kenny Bernstein team, well, they're going to be going over to Ford. We have Alan Kwiecki here. Obviously, owner-driver, no plans to change there. They're just looking to build up some massive success. We have Davey Allison here, of course. He's driving for Robert Yates. No planned changes for the 28. Still expected to be in the Ford. Still expected to be Texaco Haviland. No changes there. In the 94, we've got Terry Labonte. Well, he's going to be staying in the 94. They're sticking with Oldsmobile as well. So Oldsmobile is going to be around for 1992 for the very least. And with the amount of momentum that they've had, there's no questioning it. Britt Bodine, well, he's going to be sticking in the 75. No changes there. Same thing. Darrell Waltrip sticking in the 17. No changes. The 15 car is definitely going to be getting a change, as Morgan Shepherd's no longer going to be driving the Bud Moore machine. The driver that is tasked with that is actually going to be Chad Little, the driver of the number 19 Ford Thunderbird right now. He's going to be driving in Bud Moore's car. It's going to be very interesting to see how that ends up going on. Sterling Marlin in the 22 Maxwell House Ford. That's not changing. Neil Bonnet, obviously. this is his final season, so Neil Bonnet's not returning to the 21. That question, so who is coming to the 21? Well, it's going to be Morgan Shepherd. Well, the 76 team, it was nice that they lasted while they did, but of course, all good things must come to an end. They're folded at the end of the year, which leaves the question, where's Bobby Hillin Jr. going? Well, he's going to be driving for the Jimmy Means, the number 52 Pontiac. He's going to be in that car. So we have Kyle Petty up next. Well, Kyle Petty in the mellow yellow Pontiac, that's not expected to change in 1992. Ernie Irvin, they're sticking with the number 4 Kodak Film Chevrolet. Michael Waltrip still going to be the number 30 Pennzoil Pontiac. Harry Gantz still going to be the number 33 Skoal Bandit Oldsmobile. Hutch Strickland. Now, these guys are going to be changing because, as we said, Buick's not going to be in the series anymore. As of right now, Hutch Strickland's going to be going over to a Ford for 1992. Still going to be Rebestis. Mark Martin, no anticipated changes. Actually, there will be a slight one. They're going to be moving from Folgers to Valvoline as a primary sponsor. Rob Moroso going on to 1992. Although they're going to be sticking with Oldsmobile, there will be a pretty significant change in the car as they're going to be sponsored primarily by Orkin Pest Control. Dale Jarrett here in the number 32. He's going to be given a big upgrade. Question is, where's he going? Joe Gibbs. That's right, the Super Bowl winning coach. Joe Gibbs is going to be trying his hands at NASCAR. He's going to be bringing the number 18 Interstate Batteries Chevrolet to the fold. And he's going to be giving Dale Jarrett the car to drive. Mickey Gibbs. I don't think Mickey Gibbs is. Is Mickey Gibbs anywhere? Mickey Gibbs does not have a ride from what I see here, so not Mickey Gibbs. All right, Phil Parsons, they're sticking with the 1. Jeff Purvis in the 51. They're staying there, only they're going over to Chevrolet. Basically the same thing there. Jimmy Spencer, they're staying Chevrolet. They're sticking with Spencer, but they have a new sponsor coming along. They haven't finalized it yet, but there is a new sponsor coming to the 98 crew. You're going to love it. Richard Petty, next year's going to be his last. Still going to be in the 43. Ted Musgrave, no changes expected there. He's still going to be Jasper. Actually, I think they're going over to Chevrolet next year. Stanley Smith. They're going to be going over to Ford, only they're no longer going to be sponsored by Interstate Batteries, but they're going to be sponsored by something else. Hasn't been determined yet. Chad Little, as we said, he's going over to the 15. However, the 19 car, not going to be ran. 52, Eddie Bierschwil. Eddie Bierschwil is going to be going over to the 31 team. That's all we know there. Dale Earnhardt, obviously not going anywhere. Larry Pearson, he's going to be going somewhere. In fact, this was honestly the biggest shocker here. Larry Pearson, where did he end up going? He's actually going to be going over to the number 8 car to drive the Snickers car. So he's going to be going over there. And Wally Dullenbach will be replacing him in the 41. We have Dick Trickle in the 66. Dick, he is going to be going over to drive for Junie Donlevy in the number 90. And rookie Jimmy Hensley is actually going to be driving that 66 car. We have Rick Mast. He's not going to be driving the 8, as we just said. He's actually going to be going to a second Roush Racing car. As Roush is going to be expanding to the number 16 car. And as far as we know, it's going to be sponsored by Keystone Light. Very interesting stuff there. Greg Sachs, he's not slated for any car next year as far as I can tell. Dave Marcus, it's going to be his last full season in 1992 as well. He's going to be driving that number 71 Chevrolet until he dies. Let's see here. Derek Cope in the 10. No changes. Lake Speed in the 83. No changes with the exception of sponsorship. They're going to be going from Prestone to Purex, and it's a very sharp-looking car. Bobby Hamilton, no changes there. Still, actually, they're going to be going over to Chevrolet, as far as I know, but still going to be Country Time Lemonade. And that brings us back to the leader of this race, Davey Allison. I think we've gone through the whole field. I did forget to say with Mickey Gibbs in the 24, Kenny Wallace is going to be driving the 24 car. And Kenny Wallace and Jimmy Hensley will be battling for Rookie of the Year. And now we pay attention to figuring out who's going to be the winner of this race. We're already 18 laps in, haven't really paid much attention to it. But basically, you get the entire rundown of what's going to be going on here for 1992. So let's take you through the top 10 as it stands right now. Davey Allison, he's in the lead. Jeff Bodine trying to hold off a hard-charging Bill Elliott, but right now it's going to be Bodine 2, Elliott 3. Tim Richmond right now in 4th. And we have Rusty Wallace 5th. Terry Labonte having another very good day. He's in 6th. Sterling Marlin in 7th. We'll see if Marlin's going to be able to try to stick with the 94 there. Should be able to. And, yeah, so Marlin to 6th and Labonte to 7th. As it really seems like the dynamic has changed here. The Junior Johnson cars are suddenly looking very strong. That's Ken Schrader in 40th. So we have Alan Kowicki in 8th. We have Ernie Irvin moving into the 9th position. And Neil Bonnet trying to get a top 10 in his last career race at the Phoenix International Raceway. We'll see if he'll be able to hold on to a top 10. He's going to have to hold off hard chargers such as Brett Bodine, Darrell Waltrip, and Kyle Petty. Yeah, hard chargers. 3 wide, Kyle Petty. Oh, boy. Very hard chargers, to say the least. And now we go back towards the front. Davey Allison. I mean, he's slowly gotten better and better as this season's gone on. And you really got to think that this 28 crew, they're going to put it together in 1992. It's only a matter of time before this team really started to get together. We know that Davey Allison, obviously the son of Bobby Allison, we knew he was going to have a ton of racing talent. The question was just when was he finally going to burst out of his bubble. We thought, oh my God, we've got this rookie sensation. He's already winning races. He wins Michigan in pretty convincing fashion. And he hasn't won a race since. It's just insane to think that that's been the case for this 28 team. But Davey Allison looking very, very strong today. Elliott will move around Jeff Bodine for P2. And meanwhile, Ken Schrader's trying to move through the field and unlap himself here. I think he's 2 laps down. He is 2 laps down. So 5 car, 2 laps down. Keep that in mind. Fresh tires, 2 laps down. Oh, Jeff's not letting Bill Elliott get away here. Remember, these two are going to be swapping rides, and they put up a hell of a show at Rockingham, to say the least. And neither of these guys won. Somehow it was Sterling Marlin that ended up winning. But these two put on a hell of a show at Rockingham. And I think both of these guys are trying to prove that they're going to be the man to beat once they end up taking each other's rides. And it's really pushed them to the brink here in these last few races. I mean, they've been driving balls to the walls pretty much every single one of these last 4 or 5 races. It's been utterly insane. Bill Elliott found a really good line there in the middle. Yeah, Bill Elliott did. I mean, he got pulled away by a good car length there. I mean, Jeff Bodine was in every square inch of his rearview mirror. And Elliott's now starting to pull away a little bit. Now the question is, are both of these guys faster than Davey Allison? Can they get to Davey Allison? What's going to be going on with Davey Allison? Big questions involving Davey Allison. As of right now, they're just running 1, 2, 3. We go back a little bit. We have Alan Kowicki moving around Tim Richmond there. And Tim Richmond may be losing another position too. So Richmond might be falling all the way out to the outer fringes of the top 10 here. And he does. Terry Labonte trying to have yet another impressive finish in that 94 team. Going back to the front, looks like Jeff Bodine's starting to slip a little bit. Yeah, Jeff Bodine's starting to show he doesn't exactly have the speed to be up there with the leaders. And as you can tell here, tires don't really degrade too super fast here. Everyone's still running pretty good lap times, so tire wear, not a massive issue at this track. Usually isn't. Take a look at the fastest lap charts. 1, 2, 3 are also the drivers that have put up the 3 fastest laps. Although the fastest right now, I'm pretty sure, is that 9 car. Oh, he's there. He's there. Question is, can he get there? As of right now, no. Yeah, not looking great for right now. Sterling Marlin's trying to pull away from the crowd here after a very impressive and convincing win at Rockingham. He only led 1 lap, but that's all that mattered. He took home the victory. I mean, you got to consider that in 1990, when Alan Kowicki won his championship, where he ended up having 7 wins, 5 of those 7 wins, he led less than 10 laps. Like, it just seemed like he just won the 1990 championship by coincidence. And I'm not even joking about that. Like, he just happened to win the championship. It's like stuff happened to everyone around him, and he's just there. Hey, sometimes it's just a fight for survival, and if you win a race of survival, I'm going to pick Alan Kowicki to win a race of survival over anyone else. He is a hell of a survivalist, especially being an owner-driver up here. However, massive inroads still need to be made here. Yeah, I mean, we've got Bill Elliott, and I think we're going to see the 28 car come to pit road here. Indeed. So, Allison, first to come to pit road. A little early, I think. Yeah, I think that's a lap early. That's a lap early. I wouldn't have done that. It's going to be interesting to see how Allison's going to be able to do this now. Even then, here with Elliott, I think I think this is the lap that you're going to want to pit on. Well, we'll just have to see. And here we go. Jeff Bodine. He goes down into pit road. And here we go. Davey Allison's coming out. And he comes out in front of Elliott. He's got that going for him. And you can see the 11's going to come out behind both of them. Yeah, there's the 11 out onto the track. We can see the 22. There he is. Try to figure out where the next car would be. It would be Terry Labonte. There he is. Should be noted that the 20 and the 3 did not pit yet. Yeah, they opted to pit very, very early on. So those guys, no pits yet for them. 3 wide. Good Lord. Sterling Marlin really in a snake pit there. He's able to navigate his way out of it, though. Meanwhile, the 9 car here of Elliott, he's got to figure out what to do here. There we go. Elliott's going to get around Jeff Purvis here. And now he's going to go ahead and try to run down Allison. Boy, Brett, he started fast, but it's been a slow descent to say the least. Yeah, Brother Brett, not the best day to be running for him. Oh! Davey Allison had to get out of the gas there. I think he got into the back bumper there of the 75. He's like, well, I don't want to cause an accident. Yeah, yellow would be catastrophic for Allison here, to say the least. We'd be letting a ton of cars back into this race. And everybody would be able to pit. And where someone said Chad Little showing interest in the 15. Yes, Chad Little is actually confirmed to go to the 15 next year. Which I said earlier on in the broadcast. At the top of the broadcast, basically the first 18 laps. Went through the field, said what's going to be happening to all your favorite drivers. Chad Little will be going to the 15. Meanwhile, we try to look back here, try to find a battle for position. We really don't have it here until going back to the 7th position here with Terry Labonte. Yeah, Terry Labonte. We got Rusty Wallace, Terry Labonte, and Tim Richmond right here underneath the blanket. 6, 7, and 8. Lap 48. Definitely. So we have Tim Richmond here. He's trying to get to the inside here of the 94. See if he can get there. Terry Labonte just trying to put on a show here to end 1991, which I don't blame him. Everyone kind of going around Rob Moroso here, who just came out of pit road. Ernie Arvin, he's having a solid day here in the 5th position. As we look back, we got a battle for 9th between Kyle Petty and Neil Bonnet. Doesn't look like that's going to be the only battle there because, problems here. Hutch Strickland and Dave Marcus go into the wall. I believe the caution flag's going to come out for that. And let's find out. And we've got the 49 car stopped in the middle of the track. Looks like it was able to get going, though. So all sorts of problems going on as the pace car finally comes out. And we'll have our first yellow flag of the day here at Phoenix. It sucks because Huck was having a really good day. Huck was having a really good day is an understatement. He was having a hell of a day. Yeah, the two of them just gotten together here. And, yeah, Stanley Smith nowhere to go with the 49 car. And there you go. So now, any questions about making it or not? They should be going by the wayside here. Yeah, there's officially no more issues in regards to that. It's pretty much all everyone will be able to make it now. Take a look at the cars on the lead lap. 19 cars being shown on the lead lap. Richard Petty is the last car on the lead lap. Brett Bodine, first car, 1 lap down. Richard Petty shown as the last car in the lead lap. That is interesting. Definitely. Jeff Purvis comes down pit road. Okay. We imagine this caution won't take up too much time here. So here we go as the cars cross the line. One to go, given. So now this is really going to be the make or break point for Davey Allison. We'll see if he can actually finally put together a victory here. It's certainly been a while, to say the least. Pace car rolls down. And the green flag is out here at Phoenix. Coming back out. Allison didn't get a jump. Oh boy. 2 car right down to the bottom. Allison did not get a good enough jump at all. And now can Allison get to the bottom? Jimmy Spencer, Mr. Excitement, holds him up. Oh boy. Allison's got to find his way. Mr. Excitement's still there. Elliott can't find the bottom either. He'll find the bottom there, but so will Allison. Meanwhile, we've got the car in 3rd position here. I'm pretty sure that's 3rd. Ernie Irvin, yeah, 3rd. He's struggling. Sterling Marlin, and cars are kind of scrambling everywhere. So I think we're underneath the yellow flag again, and we indeed are. So let's go ahead and take a second look at this. Well, it has to do with Alan Kowicki. Let's figure out what happened to the 7 car. So he gets thrown here to the outside. Oh boy, just a bunch of cars get together. Oh, wow, Chad Little very hard into the wall. So Chad Little, Alan Kowicki get together, hit the inside wall pretty good. A couple of other cars minorly involved. And Alan Kowicki's disastrous run to end this season continues. Yeah. The glory and consistencies of 1990, they're gone. He has been horribly inconsistent this entire season. He's either been in the top 10 or outside of the top 20, with the exception of 2 races. That trend is going to continue today. Brett Bodine and Jimmy Spencer get their laps back. Hey! So you think that opens up the door for Ricky Rudd, Harry Gant, Greg Sachs get their laps back? You know Ricky Rudd definitely can do it. We'll figure this out. Got 20 laps to go. And there we go. 2 more laps of caution to be ran yet. So we'll be restarting with 17 to go here. Top 10. Davey Allison, Bill Elliott, Ernie Irvan. And then it'll be Terry Labonte, Rusty Wallace, Sterling Marlin, Jeff Bodine, Mark Martin, Neil Bonnet, and Morgan Shepherd will round out the top 10. Should be noted now, still 19 drivers being shown on the lead lap. Last car in the lead lap, Darrell Waltrip. First car 1 lap down is going to be the 26 of Ricky Rudd. And here we go. Base cars, again, 17 to go when we get to the line. Davey Allison has been in control of this race to this point. And I just realized we are not live. And the green flag is out and we are underway. And Davey Allison, huge jump. He's going to get out in front of everybody. Meanwhile, Ernie Irvan trying to split the middle 3 wide. Oh boy, we got some cars in the wall, including Terry Labonte back there. No big deal. Irvan's going to have the position for now. Ricky Rudd wants his lap back. Looks like Ricky Rudd's going to get his lap back. So Ricky Rudd back on the lead lap for now. But again, that's just for now. We're going to have to watch this. Right now, second place is really strong out there on the high lane. And just went off the outside wall. Man, Davey, this race is all yours. It really is. This race is all Davey's. Should be able to get it done here, no doubt about it. See what he can do here. And no doubt about it, he'll be able to hang on here. I mean, Bill Elliott, he's going to have to get around Bobby Hamilton and Ken Schrader here. And now Rob Moroso's coming down to his inside. He's going to have to fend off that 20 car. So all sorts of stuff going on right now. All of these cars that are not on the lead lap raking chaos on the people who are actually battling for position. I mean, Ernie Irvan still hasn't been able to get down to the inside. Oh, Mark Martin not even letting him. No. Mark Martin just said a no to Ernie Irvan getting down to the bottom there. And that was a resounding, I don't think so. Mark Martin to third. But now Martin slips up the track and here comes Kyle Petty. Kyle Petty trying to take the third position. Kyle Petty is going to pull the same move that Martin just did. And now here comes Sterling Marlin to the inside, 3 wide. he makes it through. No! The 11 car blows up. Jeff Bodine blowing up. Oh, man. Jeff Bodine blows up. Horrible luck. Speaking of horrible luck, Davey Allison's going to have to survive another restart. Watch out. Looks like everybody knows better than to avoid the 11. Jeff Bodine just desperately trying to crawl this thing to pit road. Meanwhile, Ken Schrader wants one of his 2 laps back. If he gets to the inside of Allison, this race might be a done deal for Allison. He's going to choke another one away. Oh my God, that 11 car is still there. He's trying. Yeah, Ken Schrader is there. He's just not able to try to put a pass on him yet. Can Allison hold on? Bodine has gotten safely off the track and to pit road. Meanwhile, that's lapped cars going side by side there with Rob Moroso and Bobby Hamilton. Should be noted that Rob Moroso is 2 laps down. Bobby Hamilton is 3 laps down. Oh, so that's not even for position. All eyes now on Davey Allison trying to get his first career win since 1987 and his second career win overall. He's struggled a lot with that 2018 team rather. And that 28 team's been through a lot. Elliott doesn't look like he's going to really be able to get there. Yeah, Elliott's going to have to put some passes on these lapped cars here, and right now, that's not happening. And we're just continuing to tick down laps. 4 laps to go. It's still all Allison. It's going to be Davey here. Barring a miracle, if Ken Schrader can get to the inside, things might get interesting. 3 to go. He's got to keep Ken Schrader behind him. Should be noted that Ken Schrader's not for position, but if he gets knocked on that outside lane, it's very difficult to get back to the bottom, and Elliott's not too far behind. He can go back in a jiffy. So that 28 car's really got to hold the bottom here. And he's leaving a lot of bottom open for that 5 car. 2 to go. Schrader hasn't been able to fill the gap so far. And I think Allison's going to be able to seal the deal here coming around this turn. Even if he got kicked to the outside here, don't think it would matter. Schrader is there. White flag, 1 lap to go. Wow, yeah, Schrader is right there. Got to think he's going to actually put a pass on him going into turn 3 here, just trying to get back on the lead lap. To no avail, though. Davey Allison comes here to Phoenix, and he puts on an absolute clinic and will take the checkered flag here at Phoenix. Allison dominates. A surprisingly dominating win here from Davey Allison. As there you go. That's what it looks like now. And now we take a look at your point screen. You can see not much has really changed, but it doesn't really matter. So we have Davey Allison getting his win, and you can see just a string of one-time winners right in a row there. Marlon Rudd, Allison, Tim Richmond, and Alan Kowicki. Not Alan Kowicki, Dale Earnhardt. Alan Kowicki falling all the way to 10th in points. He was leading in points going into the summer stretch. He might not even finish in the top 10 in points. That is insane to think about. And, of course, Rusty Wallace, he is the points champion. That was locked up last race, though. And now, we present to you next time that we go live, the season finale to 1991. It's going to be the Atlanta Journal 500. And we'll see you then.